What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Heron Heads podcast. My name is Julio, and I'm joined today by some friends and fellow Inter Miami fans, Dave and Chris. Jose is under the weather a little bit, so we hope he feels better soon. And thanks for tuning into the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. For those of you watching live on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you guys enjoy the show, it helps us out a ton. And a huge shout out to our chief Heron Heads, Chow and Marivi. Thank you so much for your continued generous support for the show. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, we have tiers as low as like $2 or something. The link to that, the Discord, and our merch store for cool merch like this hoodie
and this
and that shirt can be found in the description wherever you are listening. And last bit of announcement here on Sunday, March 16th. Sunday, March 16th, we are hosting a watch party for the Inter Miami Atlanta United game at Beat Culture Brewery in Miami. So if you guys are local, I believe all ages are welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All ages are welcome. So come out, bring your family, or just come out with some friends and have some great time. You guys can hang out with us as we watch, hopefully, a successful match against Atlanta United. But today we will be talking about the second leg against Cavalier in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. We won the first leg 2-0. But before we dive into that, how you guys feeling tonight?
Feeling good. We got another busy week ahead of us. Cavalier in Atlanta, like nonstop in the beginning of the season. But hey, it's better than no Inter Miami matches, right? So feeling good. Herons are on a tear, man. They're on a tear, still unbeaten. So that's a plus. And we just got to keep on going. Hopefully Thursday we keep it up.
Yeah, I got to keep it up. No jinxes over here. I don't want to ruin that streak. Yeah, I mean, like you said, we're on a tear. We've been playing really well. Even with adversity we've had some red cards and things like that. So we've had good results even with bad process. So that's always encouraging that we're gonna get it all together, and hopefully, as our thumbnail suggests, hopefully we get Messi back for this one. And it's been a little bit since we've seen him, so yeah, I mean it's always positive when your team is pulling good results without your superstar. So yeah, I'm super excited. Anytime that we get 2 matches in 1 week, that's always a win in my book.
I can see it in your face.
I'm sharing links over here to Reddit and to Twitter or X, I guess. But a lot of news has happened in the last couple days between the match against who did we play on Sunday? Help me.
Charlotte.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
A lot of news has come out. The first of which is some pretty exciting news with Baltasar Rodriguez joining Inter Miami. He officially signed agreement with Inter Miami, and he will be joining the team soon, I believe. I'm pretty sure he cleared his visa and flew in.
I think he's waiting. I think he's coming from Racing, right? So I think they're waiting for Racing to make it official. I think they're waiting on a replacement for him. So I think that's the only holdup.
Yeah. And Inter Miami did officially announce it too, so that's helpful as well. Sometimes it's like all these rumors, this guy's coming, but until Inter Miami actually officially puts it, I kind of like steer away. But no, it's official.
Yeah, that's happening. There's no way around it. It's just a holdup on his transferring club. So that's the one there.
Yeah, Wild Stasson is asking, do you guys think he's good? Honestly, I don't know anything about him. We're going to be 100% honest. All I know is what I've read and what I've seen other fans talk about, and the I guess farewell you could call it that the fans at Racing had for him. Seems like he's a very, very well-liked player on the team. There's a lot of positives about him, so all we could hope is that he comes, contributes as much as he can. Obviously, we have a very crowded midfield right now, but we do have a crowded schedule, so this is going to help a lot with that crowded schedule. But yeah, that's really all I know about him. I don't know too much.
And it feels good that for once we're acquiring a player that people are upset that is leaving. Like, other than Redondo, that they were just angry that he was coming here. This one, they're just sad to watch him leave. It's not an ire for us acquiring him, but they're just sad that they're losing him. So it is a nice feeling, as opposed to like all the vitriol that we've seen targeted at the players that we've acquired. So I'm like, man, and to the organization's credit, they've made most of those signings work. So
Yeah.
I feel good about it. So I have no reason to not trust their acquisitions abroad. So yeah, I'm super excited, and yeah, it does make for a more crowded room, but it also again raises the ceiling for this club, raises the floor. Um, like we've seen David Ruiz come in with uninspiring, and we've been a little upset with Kramaski's play as of late. So these are more players that you have at your disposal, and Marciano can really like gauge the players and do a pulse check, and he's really going to have so many players to use and put the best foot forward in each match, and that doesn't do anything but help the squad. And he's shown that he knows when to move guys in and out, and yeah, like we said, it's nothing but positive.
Yeah, and he actually has experience with Mascherano from the U23 team with Argentina. He played in the CONMEBOL qualifiers with Mascherano, so that'll be a really cool reunion, and hopefully he's very quick to pick up the tactics that Mascherano wants to play with. But it's going to be interesting to see how he fits, kind of like you guys are saying, in a very crowded midfield locker room. So I'm curious to see how he does. But yeah, it is, like you said, Dave, it is nice to get someone that fans are upset, or I guess happy for him to be leaving to a club like Inter Miami, but also sad that he's leaving. We've seen in the past, like I remember Freire when he came over, people were like, good riddance, get out of here, good luck with that guy.
Rojas was they were saying he was a crook for stealing their money. Like it's crazy.
To be fair, the signings from this regime right now have all been pretty positive. We haven't really seen much negative from them. So we got Falcon, Allende, Telasco. Now
the only downside has been injuries, which is completely out of their control.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard there was a little bit of murmurs with Falcon when we brought him on. I read a few things that they're like, oh, good luck, and like remember that the own goal came off of him once, and they're like, oh, there you go, there's Falcon, and I'm like, that's such a bad luck play.
Yeah, completely. And you'll hear that with pretty much everyone. Like everyone will find a way to nitpick players when they're leaving their club, especially. So,
man,
I agree.
Not us.
This is a Jose stat if I've ever seen it. In his memory, I got to read it out. Walt says
in his memory.
Jose's dead.
So I just checked his ratings, and almost every time he plays 90 minutes, he gets a 7.5 or higher and completes many dribbles per 90 minutes.
That sounds beautiful.
That's a Jose stat.
We love it. We love to see that. But it'll be cool to see him play. I imagine we'll see a lot of him with the upcoming continued congestion of the schedule. But on top of Baltasar Rodriguez joining the team soon, I was a little surprised to hear that Obando is actually joining the team sooner than I thought. I thought he was going to join in the summer, but it seems like he's starting the process of getting over here now.
Yeah. The latest rumor was I think that he was going to be here in the next day or two. Is that what I read earlier today or yesterday?
He's supposed to be here
now.
It's just whether he gets his visa approved.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be like the last holdup, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. That's a much needed piece at striker. We need to give Luis Suarez a break. He hasn't taken a break. He's playing great, to be fair, but great with like an asterisk on it. He has great stats and all that stuff.
He's contributing a lot.
Contributing. There you go. That's a good word. But yeah, Obanda, I think is a great.
Obando. It's gonna be such a struggle because I keep thinking of
Obando is should be a great addition. Should be. He's very young, very raw, but
yeah, and he's coming over to us from the South American Barcelona squad, and he was signed by Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
on loan. Right?
Yes.
Or we're loaning him?
He was getting him on loan
from Atletico.
Correct.
And he's coming from Barcelona de Guayaquil.
There you go. Yeah. So that's exciting because, like you said, it is an area of need. We don't really have like a proper backup behind Luis Suarez. So even if it's just for substitutions within games, not so much complete rest days, which I'm sure we will get to at a certain point in the season, but just to spell him at times, We've seen kind of forced substitutions because of the red cards that we've accumulated over the first few games this season. So it'll be nice to integrate him and incorporate him and really see what he's all about, because there's film out there on him, but it's like taken on a Motorola Razor. It is not the best quality, and you don't really know how to gauge it, because personally, I don't know that much about the league that he plays in. So I don't know how good the competition is. My guess is it's not even MLS level. So it'll be interesting to see his style of play, how he fares against this level of competition, all those things. Same with Baltasar. Different league that he's coming from, but just seeing him in the Inter Miami squad and how he performs against this competition.
I've just seen missiles come off of his foot, and that's it. I'm sold. I feel like anytime you can add that kind of firepower, you take it, and we'll find a way to translate it. Again, I'm confident, not just Marciano, but that the veterans in this club, that they can really show him how it's done. Yeah, I know that Campana also came from that league, and you know what? Campana was one of the leading scorers in club history. So that's something that. Oh, there it is. It's another in memoriam. Didn't he just get hurt?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he did.
I feel bad for him.
You know who also went to that team where he's coming from? I don't know if you guys remember. Dixon Arroyo.
From Barcelona. Guayaquil?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love this guy.
Rest in peace.
Campana and Arroyo vibes. Immaculate.
Hey, both of them were champions.
That's right. That's true.
That's true. Inter Miami.
Inaugural champions. So those are very exciting additions. Now, for some negative, we had Oscar Ustari fined for his lack of speed and urgency in leaving the pitch on Sunday in the MLS match against Charlotte. I found that crazy, because to me it felt like he was waiting for a review to happen, and I never felt like he was delaying the game purposely for the sake of delaying the game. It is so, like, it was too early in the match to really play that way, to sort of invoke those dark arts of wasting time. Like, it's not like he was going to spend 60 minutes getting off the pitch. I am very surprised that came out.
I feel like the MLS is trying to make a point, just finding our players every other match. It's Messi, it's Suarez. I guess maybe they're trying to take a hold of. I get it. Miami complains. He tends to complain a lot, but like Julio said, I don't think he was really doing it on purpose. It seemed like he was waiting for something. But I don't
think that we complain a lot. Like, well, look at last match, for example. Zaha constantly not only complaining but on the floor after every contact. He was, I think, complaining more than us. We just get smacked of cards left and right. That's the only difference. I think that what they're trying to do is maybe trying to show the league that they're not favoring Inter Miami as much, and trying to like fight the view that we're like the favored child, or I don't know what it is, but that was really surprising that he got fined for not having a hasty exit after receiving a red. We've seen that many times where people wait, even have a chance to discuss the issue with the ref, and that looked exactly like what we were seeing in this last match. So I don't know. I know that they can appeal and things like that, but it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zaha spent more time on the floor than Ustadi wasted in that time. He was on the floor all game. There you go. Diving dolphin.
Facts. Let's not talk about the Dolphins right now. So now let's talk about Pogba. Chris, tell me about Pogba.
Can't tell you much, but
five-star weak foot, 5-star skill move.
No, see, I don't even know that much. He is officially off of his suspension, so he's officially a free agent. So he could sign wherever he would like to, wherever he's free to sign. We've obviously seen him in a lot of Inter Miami games, speaking to Beckham. He's actually training here in Miami as well, I think in the University of Miami campus. The last videos I saw the UM logos. So there's a lot of links to Miami. Can Miami do it? Very difficult. I don't think their financials are there. We have our 3DP spot that are taken. Obviously, U22s doesn't matter in this case, and it's just going to be very difficult, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, Pogba. He's a huge name, and and it would be crazy if they could pull that off somehow.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm never against bringing in somebody of that gravitas onto the pitch for this club and adding to the legacy of Inter Miami. I agree. I don't think it happens, but I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, and Pogba has been to almost every MLS, every Inter Miami match that's been down here. He's been very noticeable. If he goes, he makes himself seen at all these matches. He makes himself seen at the Heat games.
Yeah.
He's really gone out of his way to let everybody know that he's here and that he's aware and actively watching Inter Miami. So whether it happens this season or maybe in the next window where some space becomes available and maybe there's an injury to a midfielder, but you never know. But that's the good news. We keep signing these midfielders, and it gives us less of a reason to sign an aging player like Pogba.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that there's a player like that who's rooting for Inter Miami. So he's one of us.
He's one of us. Maybe he'll be on an episode of the Heron Heads podcast. If anyone can facilitate that, please reach out to us. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always so on the fence with bringing in more of these like aging veterans. It would be so much fun, but you just don't know. There's so much unknown, and especially with someone like Pogba who hasn't played a competitive match in over a year, it's questionable at best to me.
Like
Look at Neymar though. Remember all the people saying, "Oh, don't get Neymar." Look, he's lighting it up now.
He's hurt.
How fun would that have been to have Neymar on this team?
He just got hurt last week.
So. Lighting it up.
Hey, Pogba's not that old. Like he's 31.
He's injury prone as well.
He is, but maybe all those steroids did him well.
Well, we will see what happens with that saga. But that's quite a bit of news, like I said, between the Charlotte match and today. It's only been like 2 days, but a lot of news has come out. But now we can jump in and start discussing the Cavalier match. I see a couple people in the chat starting to ask about Messi. Will Messi play against Cavalier? For like the third match in a row, will say yes, Messi will play. What do you guys think?
I think he has to start this game. Why? Because we need to score at least one goal fast. If we score that one goal in the first 45 minutes or whatever, put it on cruise control and right off into the sunset. Put him on the bench, put your backups in there and call it a night. Like I said in the last episode, we have a string of very important matches coming up. So if you could get that one goal while he's on there early, rest him and just move along. That Atlanta match is huge on Sunday. We really need him for that one. So I think that's best case scenario, but I really do think we see him out there this week or Thursday.
I don't think Messi needs to do anything. Okay, Chris? So watch your mouth. I do believe that he does play. I think he cares. He cares about the game of soccer. He cares about his legacy. I think having the opportunity to play in front of that crowd in that stadium, I think that's too good of an opportunity to pass up for him. I don't think he plays the whole match like he's been doing for us every time he does step on the pitch. I think he gets in there, facilitates a goal or two, and then finds his way off. It's beautiful that we have the amount of depth behind Messi on this club that we don't really need him out there all that time. So go out there, do some good fan service for the fans over there in Jamaica, and then come off after contributing or helping the team contribute to the scoreboard, and then let the guys behind him finish the job. I don't think it'll be as stressful as it was this last match. I think when Messi's on the pitch, everything changes. Everybody feels different. Our players feel more confident. Their players feel that pressure. I will say the atmosphere will probably be crazy. Me and Chris, we were at that game. The majority of the crowd was in Miami, but the Cavalier fans were present, and you felt them. So having the stadium of support, I think, will make a difference. But I think ultimately Messi makes the most difference.
Yeah, I agree. I think he starts. I think he plays at least a half and then probably comes off shortly thereafter. But it'll be good to get him some minutes. It seemed like he was prepared to have minutes on Sunday against Charlotte. And due to the red card, we probably were robbed of an opportunity to see him take the pitch because of the game script just turned out that way. But I think the plan was to integrate him at least a little bit on Sunday against Charlotte. I imagine that was building up towards this game against Cavalier in Jamaica. I think that's always been the plan, is to get him ready for this match. And then, like Chris said, the match on Sunday is also it's a big match in the sense of Eastern Conference opponent, and also the revenge against the team that knocked you out of the MLS Cup playoffs last season.
Hope they embarrass Guzan. I hope they do.
I hope so too. And we can all watch it together live at B Culture Brewery. Join us. But I think that is a big match from the perspective of it cost us something. Like, losing to them last match cost us something. It cost a bit of legacy for really like the whole Messi project and the whole Inter Miami project behind bringing all these superstars into the team. And I would hope that this team wants to go out and make a statement of, yeah, we're not going to let that happen again. So I think Messi plays against Cavalier. I think, I'm hopeful that we don't take Cavalier as lightly as we appeared to last week. But did we get a red card against Cavalier in the first match?
No.
I'm just confusing because we've gotten so many red cards.
Yeah.
But we played like we were down.
Only in MLS matches do we get the red cards.
True.
Right.
We played so slow. We played so lazy, almost as if the goal was going to just appear from nothing. And we cannot do that, because we're going to be playing in a bigger stadium. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere, and there will be a lot of Messi / Inter Miami fans, but there's going to be a lot of Cavalier fans, or Jamaica fans, as Jose would say. And I hope it gets these guys really motivated to put on a show and play to their level. We've seen it in the two matches, but like around last week's Cavalier match. We saw it against, I believe it was NYCFC, and we saw it against, Houston, and we saw it against Charlotte. Without Messi, these guys can play very competent and good-looking football. So I hope we see it again against Cavalier, and hopefully it's not a repeat performance against Cavalier that we saw last week, because it really wasn't a good showing from us. And while the score doesn't reflect anything but domination, we honestly could and should win this game by way more than 2 goals.
Naturally, as soon as we hit end on this stream, it'll be announced that Messi's not traveling, and he has no intention of traveling to Jamaica. So hopefully he goes.
We'll see.
Can't guarantee anything.
Tomorrow's travel day, so we'll see who's on that plane and who's not. But yeah, I agree, Julio. You can't take this team lightly. Again, they completely brushed them off, I think, last match. That's why they started just so slow and so just sluggish. And that's not the Inter Miami that we've seen in all of the other matches this year so far, CONCACAF and MLS. So they need to start off strong. They can't sleep. I don't think we have the chance of going down 0-2. But that's what Cavalier's shooting for right now. Cavalier's shooting for that shutout. They don't want to give up any away goals. They want to at least try to tie it and get into that extra time and potentially penalties. But we just need that one goal. All we need is that one goal. If we get that one away goal, then they got to score 4. And is that going to happen? I highly doubt it. Our defense has been playing very, very well lately. So yeah, they can't sleep. They have to go there full force, at least for the first half, and give it all that first half.
Yeah, I agree. And you alluded to it, Chris. Going into their house already up 2-0 is a huge advantage, obviously. And if we are able to score 1 goal, it makes their job twice as hard, if not more. Getting that away goal will be critical. And I think we go full speed ahead to try to get there and beeline it. And yeah, I mean, we have, again, I went into last week's match very Cavalier, thinking that we would win 6-0. And honestly, if it weren't for how lazily we played, that should have happened. And Cavalier will likely approach this game differently. There probably will come even more high energy. And hopefully it's a more open game, because Cavalier sat back a lot in the first match. And by having to go and at minimum for them, they have to get 2 goals. Hopefully it opens up more opportunities for Miami, and that low block will sort of disperse a little bit more and provide us with more opportunities as well, whether or not Messi's on the pitch. I didn't see that comment. That was pulled up. How spoiled are we? We have not lost a game this season, and at the end of every game, I feel like we could have done much better. 100%. Think of this. We are undefeated this season. We have played poorly, and we have played half our matches a man down. And we are undefeated
early, and those red cards have come relatively early, which is insane, because usually you get a red card, it's usually an accumulation of yellows. No, we've gotten 2 straight reds. Well, technically 3 straight reds, because Fraze was a straight red, but that was at the end of the match. But still, just crazy. Like we've become accustomed to the yellows and getting a couple yellows and then that's a red. But to get 3 straight reds in 3 matches, get the hell out of here! Like what? And again, we're not getting those in CONCACAF. It's an MLS officiating issue. There's no way around it. I can't shake that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you see it not even in Inter Miami games. You see it in other matches. You see it, the kind of poor officiating and the questionable calls, and yeah, Miami has a microscope on them, but it happens in other matches as well. It's definitely an MLS issue.
And Northern Tie Guy is asking, wasn't Fraze reversed? It was rescinded, but the card count still stacks on the team. So take that for what it's worth. I don't know. So I'm not quite sure what the hell that means.
Well, like I said, hopefully we get to see a match where we play with all 11 players for the full 90 minutes, and we see that energy that we see like in the matches against Charlotte, against Houston. Captain Noah Allen does count for 2. A bit of news that we glossed over. Noah Allen named to the young or named a young player of the week for the MLS. Well deserved, in my opinion.
Yep. The only three man award, and he got it. Good job. It's not like it's a whole team, because sometimes they name a whole team. It's a little easier to make it that way, but no, they just named 3 players and he got on there. So congrats. I don't think anybody is more impressed with him with this turnaround than me. I know we all are, but I think we all agree that I was the hardest on him. So I'm really, really, really thrilled that he's got it turned around, and I'm proud.
Yeah, it's been an incredible start to the season for Noah Allen, and I think that leads us right into our next topic, is the players to watch for this match. And I'll go with one of our new guys. I think Tadeo Allende is right now in such a great run of form, attacking, that as much as Segovia has been really electric to start us off, Allende has taken the baton and really been just all over the attacking third. His goals have been beautiful. He definitely is full of confidence right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, hopefully with more space in the Cavalier defense. And he just plays so well off of Suarez that I think there's some chemistry that leads me to believe that Suarez might have more assists than he did last year by quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm going with the other guy you mentioned, Velasco Segovia. Just watching the Cavalier match last week, that defense was closing in fast on our attackers just as soon as they got into the box. Velasco has kind of that skill set to sneak around, to get into the open spots. I see Allende as more of, I guess, that bigger body, almost like a striker kind of body. Velasco, I see him as a playmaker, and I think he's going to be the key to really unlocking that defense and just get around them, get into the right spots, get into the right holes. And like you said, maybe Suarez gets more assists, but I think Velasco is really the guy that needs to step it up, because he didn't have – I thought he played well, but overall he didn't have a great match last time. But yeah, I think Velasco is the guy this week.
I mean, the easy one to say is Messi. I want to see if he finally finds his way onto the pitch. But if I'm not going to go with the easy route, I want to say Ian Frey, because he's he's been really involved. Every time that he gets in the game, he is a factor, whether it's locking down players on defense, making critical passes in transition to the offense, making key runs like he did on the equalizing goal in the first game of the MLS season against Kansas City. I really, really want to see how he leaves his imprint in this game. We're not going to see Cello Wegan. He's still coming back from injury, so we should be seeing Ian Frey. And I want to see how he can leave his imprint in this one, because I know in the last match he came in, I think, as a sub in that one. But I want to see him really take over and not let Cavalier really run around like they did in the last match. I feel like they had a lot of open space, and we need to find a way to mitigate that. And I think Ian Frey playing this game from the beginning can make a big difference there.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if Yannick Bright retains his starting role against Cavalier. I think he could also help just muck it up, as we say very often. But I think he's like a little destroyer in the midfield, man. It is so fun to watch him, and I'm curious to see if we continue to see him get the opportunity that I think he's earned. So
Yeah.
that will also be something that I'm looking out for.
It's funny you said that. I was gonna do a little honorable mention, because I think Bright is gonna be key, because I don't think he started the Cavalier match last week, if I remember correctly. Did he? I don't think he did.
I thought he did.
We'll have to check back, but I thought
could
he
be wrong.
did it, and that'll be huge, because his presence on defense in the midfield is just extraordinary. I think that'll really be a key if he starts. To
He
stop
didn't start last match.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because the reason I remembered is where we were sitting, I saw David Martinez, and at first I thought it was Bright, but I looked a little closer. I'm like, no, wait, that's not Bright. He's not even on there. But yeah, I think Bright should have an impact if he starts this match as well.
Cool. So with that, shall we dive into score predictions? Is Dave Stradamus in the building?
First of the season?
Uh-oh. Captain's hat's getting thrown out. He's on mute. He's on mute. It's beautiful. He's muted. It's fantastic.
New season, new player, new Dave Stradamus. Got that Falcon wig. Because, here's a little did you know? Did you know that Falcon's nickname is Peluca? So here we have our Peluca making our assessments this season. And we're going to have ourselves an easy 4-0 win. And Messi scores a goal.
I like it. But I'm not going to fall into that trap again. I refuse. I think we're going to go with a 3-1 win. We got lucky that they didn't score that goal last match. It was an offside, kind of questionable. And I think they score a goal, but we're going to go ahead and take care of business. We're going to get 3 goals. Messi will have a goal and an assist, and he's going to just take a break right after halftime.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to stick to my guns. We should dominate Cavalier. There's no way around it. So I'm going to go with 5-0. On paper, we are so much better than them. So I'm going to go with 5-0. Again, I think Messi features, and that also just adds to my confidence with the predicted scoreline. But we're better. They should be playing a much more open game. They should open themselves up for more attacks from Inter Miami. And if we have Messi back, I don't see how we do not just completely blow them out of the water. So I'm going to go with 5-0. Put that in your wig.
Definitely fits in there. Looks good on you, man.
When I first met Dave, that's what his hair looked like.
Right. Age. Father times undefeated.
That's right. So, the match is Thursday. I don't know if we said like the specifics of the match, but the match is Thursday. It is at the National Stadium in Jamaica in Kingston, and it starts at 8 p.m. So we will be live after the match to break down all the action, hopefully celebrating a 5-0 victory. But yeah, until then, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Chris, did I cut you off? I didn't mean to. Were you going to bring up something else?
Nope. I was just going to say Columbus is beating LAFC 2-0 in CONCACAF.
There you go.
Right now.
So on aggregate, they're still down by 1, but that'll be fun to watch now if anyone's interested. And we will catch you guys on Thursday after the match against Cavalier. And for now, thank you for watching the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami, and we'll see you Thursday.
We'll be right back.